Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Maria Bello is an acclaimed American actress, writer, and activist known for her powerful performances in both film and television. Born on April 18, 1967, in Norristown, Pennsylvania, she initially studied political science at Villanova University before turning to acting. Her early work included roles in off-Broadway theater and television before gaining widespread recognition. She rose to fame with her role as Dr. Anna del Amico on the medical drama in the late 1990s. Bello quickly transitioned to film, where she delivered critically acclaimed performances in Coyote Ugly, 2000, The Cooler, 2003, and A History of Violence, 2005. Her performances often balance emotional depth with a fierce presence, earning her multiple award nominations, including Golden Globe nods. Beyond acting, Maria Bello has also made significant contributions as a producer and writer. She co-wrote and produced The Woman King, 2022, a historical epic about female warriors in West Africa, which received critical acclaim and commercial success. In 2015, she published her book Whatever Love is Love, inspired by her widely discussed Modern Love essay, in which she came out publicly and challenged traditional labels around sexuality and family. Bello has been a vocal advocate for human rights, women's empowerment, and LGBTQ+ issues. Her activism includes work with organizations focused on global gender equity and child welfare. She is also known for her candid reflections on aging and wellness, especially during her midlife years, which she refers to as a transformative time of self-discovery. In her personal life, Bello has one son and has openly embraced her queer identity. She was in a high-profile relationship with French chef Dominique Crenn, to whom she was married for a brief period before filing for divorce in 2025. Throughout her career, Maria Bello has maintained a reputation as a fearless artist and advocate, using her platform not only to tell important stories but also to foster greater inclusivity and understanding in the entertainment industry and beyond. Maria Bello's career is notable not just for its longevity but for the versatility and emotional intelligence she brings to each role. She has consistently chosen complex characters, strong, independent women often dealing with deep internal conflicts. This has made her a standout presence in both mainstream and independent cinema. Film career in Coyote Ugly, 2000. She played a tough but nurturing bar owner, a role that showcased her mix of grit and warmth. Her turn in The Cooler, 2003, opposite William H. Macy earned her a Golden Globe nomination and established her as a serious dramatic actress. But it was her intense and layered performance in A History of Violence, 2005, directed by David Cronenberg, that truly marked a turning point. Playing the wife of a man with a violent past, Bello delivered a performance full of emotional nuance, vulnerability, and strength. She's also appeared in other notable films like Thank You for Smoking, 2005, World Trade Center, 2006, The Jane Austen Book Club, 2007, Prisoners, 2013, Lights Out, 2016. Television work in television, Maria Bello has been equally impactful. After her breakout on she returned to the small screen years later with roles in Prime Suspect, 2011. A gritty police procedural where she played a determined detective navigating sexism in the NYPD. NCIS 2017 to 2021, where she portrayed forensic psychologist Jack Sloan, bringing a calm intelligence and depth to the long-running show. In 2023, she earned an Emmy nomination for her role in the acclaimed Netflix series Beef, proving once again that she remains a relevant and powerful performer across generations and genres. Writing handwriter and thinker Maria Bello is also known for her thoughtful reflections on identity and relationships. In her memoir, Whatever Love is Love, she openly discussed her fluid sexuality and the non-traditional family she formed with her son and her then-partner, Claire Munn. Her writing and public speaking often challenge the rigid definitions of gender roles and relationship norms. She's been praised for helping to advance conversations about what modern love, family, and identity can look like, especially for women in midlife and beyond. Seedling personal growth and reinvention in her 50s, Bello has embraced personal reinvention. She's spoken candidly about aging, menopause, mental health, and therapy, calling this stage of life a rebirth. She took time away from the spotlight, experimented with wellness treatments, and moved to Paris in search of peace, creativity, and balance. She refers to herself as a midlife midwife, guiding others through transitions she views not as endings but beginnings. Trophy legacy Maria Bello is more than just a performer. She's a cultural voice for authenticity, reinvention, and compassionate power. She's used her influence not only to create meaningful art but to inspire others to live truthfully and courageously. With over 2 decades in the public eye, she continues to evolve, never settling, always seeking a deeper truth in both her life and her work. Acting philosophy and style Maria Bello is widely respected for her emotionally raw, grounded performances. She brings a naturalism to her roles that resists melodrama, instead favoring subtlety, quiet power, and emotional truth. Whether she's playing a grieving mother, Prisoners, A Moral Compass, Thank You for Smoking, or a deeply conflicted wife, A History of Violence, her work is marked by a sense of lived-in realism. She's never been the kind of actor to chase stardom in a traditional sense. Instead, she has built a reputation for thoughtful, intelligent roles that often challenge audience expectations. Her characters are often multidimensional, resilient yet vulnerable, feminine but never fragile. Clapperboard behind the camera. Bello's impact goes beyond acting. She's taken on roles as a producer and creator, driven by the desire to tell stories that center on women, marginalized communities, and cultural change. Her biggest accomplishment in this arena to date is her work on The Woman King, 2022, a film she pitched and helped develop over several years. Not only did she co-write the story, but she also helped shepherd it into production, collaborating closely with director Gina Prince by the Wood and star Viola Davis. The Woman King was a rare project in Hollywood, female-led, black-centered, action-driven, and historically rooted. It earned critical acclaim and commercial success, a testament to Bello's vision and persistence. The project symbolized her evolution from actress to influential filmmaker. Speaking head advocacy and public voice. Maria Bello is an outspoken advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. Coming out as queer later in life, she has consistently spoken about the fluidity of love and identity. Women's empowerment. Bello often speaks about aging, midlife, and menopause with radical honesty, pushing back against taboos and shame. Mental health awareness. She has been open about therapy, spiritual growth, and the need for emotional well-being. Global humanitarian causes. She has worked with Save the Children, Artists for Peace and Justice, and other international initiatives, particularly those supporting women and children in underserved communities. She often blends her artistic work with activism, using her platform to amplify causes that challenge systemic inequality and promote personal freedom. Dizzy personal life and philosophy. Maria Bello is known for living boldly. Her 2013 Modern Love essay in the New York Times, where she described falling in love with her best friend Claire Munn, was widely celebrated for its honesty and redefinition of family. Rather than labeling her sexuality, she spoke about the quality of love, not its categorization. She has one son, Jackson, whom she describes as her greatest teacher. Her approach to motherhood is modern, open, and deeply affectionate. Her 2024 marriage to chef Dominique Crenn, the first female chef in the U.S. to earn 3 Michelin stars, reflected her belief in love as a fluid and evolving journey. Though the relationship ended after a year, Bello continues to speak about love not as failure or success, but as transformation. Now in her late 50s, she embraces what she calls a menopause awakening, a period of creativity, introspection, and release. She practices meditation, writing, and holistic healing. She has even hinted at developing new work based on Carl Jung's concept of individuation, the process of integrating the different aspects of the self to achieve wholeness. Face mask cultural impact. Maria Bello's greatest contribution may be the examples she sets of how to grow, how to love, and how to evolve without apology. In an industry often obsessed with youth and conformity, she is an icon of mature beauty, intellectual freedom, and emotional authenticity. Her legacy continues to expand through her films, her writing, her advocacy, and her fearless ability to evolve in public. Maria Bello is not just a talented actress, she is a voice for modern womanhood in all its complexity. A citizen of the world. As her career matured, Maria Bello expanded her horizons well beyond Hollywood. She spent significant time living abroad, including relocating to Paris in 2021. Drawn to its cultural richness and a slower, more reflective pace of life, this move symbolized a broader shift in her values, from outward success to inner peace, from performance to presence. While in Paris, Bello immersed herself in creative writing, personal healing, and philosophical exploration. She delved into Jungian psychology, particularly the concept of the shadow self, a recurring theme in her writing and personal evolution. She has spoken about embracing parts of herself that she once repressed: rage, grief, sexuality, imperfection, as essential aspects of her wholeness. Lotus embracing the menopause. One of the most radical aspects of Maria Bello's recent public identity is her outspoken embrace of menopause as empowerment. Rejecting the narrative of aging as decline, she reframes midlife as a moment of awakening. She calls it the menopause revolution, speaking honestly about hormonal therapy and alternative treatments, plant-based medicine and microdosing therapy, journaling, and bodywork, letting go of perfectionism, reclaiming sensuality and spiritual clarity. This transparency has resonated with thousands of women who rarely see their experiences reflected in mainstream media. Bello's candor about invisible transitions, physical, emotional, hormonal, has made her a thought leader in a space that has long been underserved. Books. New creative frontiers. Bello has expressed interest in returning to writing, directing, and storytelling in new formats. She is developing projects inspired by myth, psychology, and historical storytelling, especially stories of women navigating power, identity, and purpose. Her next book is rumored to be a blend of memoir and spiritual guide, focusing on midlife as a sacred rite of passage. She has described it as part autobiography, part philosophical journal, part love letter to all who feel unfinished. Face mask artistic principles. Maria Bello is a rare figure in Hollywood in that she doesn't chase roles for status or trend. Her process is deeply intuitive. She often speaks about choosing roles that mirror her own life questions, characters who are searching, confronting their truth, or caught between opposing forces. She has said, "Acting is not about pretending for me. It's about remembering. It's about excavating something true that lives in me, or has lived in my mother, or in my history." This philosophy makes her work resonate on a human level. Even in genre films, she brings authenticity and grounding that elevate the material. DNA identity beyond labels. Maria Bello is also part of a broader cultural shift around identity and labels. By coming out as queer without defining herself strictly.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.